Hey, welcome back to my shop. What I've been saying for the last couple weeks is that I was going to be doing a walking stick with the blooming pear. Well, I'm going to have to put that off for a couple weeks because, excuse me, I need to make a cane for my niece out in New Mexico. She's having trouble with her legs and she wants to get back into walking again. So I'm going to make her a cane first until she gets stronger, and then a walking stick. But anyway, the walking stick or the cane that I'm going to be doing is using solid brass ball on top. The wood goes through, so it's sticking out a little bit, and then of course I got the long stick here, and then this goes up inside. This is what holds everything in. You drill a hole down through the top, just big enough for that to screw in, and you screw it in and screw it in and screw it in. Take it back out, put some glue on it, screw it back in, and then this part of the screw breaks off. And what you do is it goes up through, I don't know if you can see that hole in there or not, goes up through this and then screws into this piece as a cross piece. I'll show you better as we're going along. The wood I'm going to be using is pronounced Jatoba, and that's exactly how they pronounced it, Jatoba. It's spelled Jatoba, but the pronunciation is Zhaatowba, Jatoba. And I had them pronounce it, and that's how they do it. It's a heavier wood. It's a little bit stronger than a lot of wood. It's got big grain on it. That's the only thing I don't like about it. It's got a lot. It's got a big grain, a lot like oak. But I'm going to try my best to get everything filled so it's pretty smooth. And I'm going to try. I don't know if I'm going to get it done or not. This isn't what I'm going to put there, but this is bone. But I want to put a white cap on each end. Whoops, well, that's down there. On each end, so just a little decoration. But it's going to take a lot of sanding because this is a little bit bigger than 1 inch. And these are exactly 1 inch, so they do not fit. So they're going to have to be sanded down pretty good. So let me get going on this. I don't know if I'm going to do any more today or not. It is so hot and so muggy outside. We are under a heat advisory. Was it Thursday? It's supposed to be 107. This is not good. But anyway, I'm going to end this one a little bit here, and we'll get back to you when we get sanding and everything and get the camera set up, and we'll get going with it. Okay? All righty. Well, I'm back. I'm going to... I have changed my other mind, as my grandfather used to say. Instead of going with the darker, heavier wood, I am going to switch, and I'm going to go with the light poplar. Basically because that cane would be quite heavy, and I don't want it heavy for her. So, then I was thinking of what can I do that is different that I haven't done before. So what I am going to do is a resin. What I am going to do with that is I am going to put blue tape around the end and have it only probably an 1/8, 3/16, something like that over the wood, and then mix it up. And I'm going to go with the red for the dye, the color. Pour it in here, let it harden. It is so hot and so humid down here in Arkansas. It's going to be 102 today, I believe. My shop is not air conditioned, but I've got a fan going, but it's still unbelievably hot in here. So the set time is probably going to be a little longer. I'll probably have to wait almost a week to get it to set. But it says 72 hours, or 24 to 48 hours. So I figured 72 hours or maybe a little longer. I just have to see, because like I said, it's just so hot and humid, it's going to stay that way. So anyway, I'm not going to video my first attempt. Now, if it works, then I will video the other end of it. But seeing how I'm going to do both ends. This is the handle, I should say, and it's going to go like this. So I'm going to cap both ends with the resin, and I'm going to stain this almost black, basically because this is poplar and it has no grain really, so I'm going to stain it black. And then with the red end caps, I'm hoping it will look good, and I'm hoping it will work. And that's a metallic red type of thing. So, and later on, I've got some. Well, at Tree Line USA, they sell a what do you call it? You can see it at night, but it's a powder that you can mix. And golly, I wish I could remember what it was called. But anyway, as it gets the light during the day, at night it shines. So, and put that on the end of each for a cane. I think maybe that would be different. And also on a walking stick, have it in 2 or 3 places around. So if you're at night, people can see you walking. But anyway, and I will figure out what it's called and tell you later on. Okay? Alrighty. So I'm going to get started on this and get this one poured, and we'll see how it goes. Okay? Okay. I got the top. It went pretty good. Not exactly like my mind's eye had it, but my mind's eye is probably dimming a little bit. But I'm going to do it with this other side, and this is how it will sit. And then I'm going to have this stained black, or nearly black. I wanted red, but I got metallic red instead. But that's okay. That's okay. I think it will look good. And now I'm going to do this end. What I did figure out is the wood has to be pretty smooth with a sharp edge. So when I run my tape up there, it won't leak through as much. This leaked through quite a bit. I had a lot of sanding, and actually I used my files to keep it nice and straight, but we'll see. I used the files on this, and hopefully I got it so it's a little better. But let me get the camera set up. And oh, and what I was talking about the other day, it's glow in the dark powder is what it is, and I don't know why I thought there was a special name for it. There might be, but I don't know it. But I thought eventually going with the clear resin with glow in the dark powder in it, and you have blue and yellow, I believe, or green, blue and green. And I thought maybe that would be neat, you know, as a handle. You see it front and back then if you're walking at night. Cane, same thing, you know, put it on 3 or 4 spots around, so when you're walking it shows no matter where the light comes from. Just an idea. Well, anyway, let me get this camera set up and we'll do this end of it. Okay? Okay. Okay. I've got some silicone measuring and mixing cups coming, but for right now I'll have to use these sample cups. And I don't know if you can see it, but I marked where I want it. I'm only going to use it's 2.5 milliliters or 2.5 cc's, you know, just a little bit, just enough to fill that. And I got them marked so I can see it just a little bit better. What I'm going to do is I am going to get this, measure it, and mix it first, and then I'm going to tape it, and it will sit for a little bit, and a lot of the bubbles will come up to the top. I haven't had a lot of trouble with this on bubbles, but I haven't done anything crystal clear yet either, so let me see how I go here. Okay, here's that one. I try to get it as perfect as I can, because if you get too much hardener in it, it sets real fast. If you don't get enough hardener in it, it takes forever or it never sets. So, and then what I do, take my handy dandy little mixing sticks, and then mix it very slow. Try not to get a whole lot of bubbles in it. It's real hard not to get bubbles in it. And I don't know about, this is the only resin I have ever used, because it's the first time I've ever used resin. But this resin will tell you when it's mixed, because it's real cloudy until it's all mixed real good, and then it becomes crystal clear. I don't know how the other ones are, if they do the same thing or not. But I see I've got a few bubbles in this one. Okay. Now, a little bit of the metallic red here. Doesn't seem to take a whole lot. And again, mix, 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 mix. Yeah, we'll set that down here. Now, let me adjust the camera up on the stick. Okay, I cut a piece of painter's tape, and I only want it just a little bit above 1/8 of an inch, something like that. And I try to press it into the edge without folding it over, hopefully. Now, I'm going to be rounding the edge of the resin off, so having a real beautiful pointed edge is not actually what I'm after. Now, mix this up just a little bit again. And again, you can hear my rock tumbler going in the background. I should have paused it, but didn't. Well, I think that's going to be as good as it's going to get. In all actuality, every once in a while, if you sit here and watch it, you'll see a bubble come up and pop. Bubble come up and pop. I watched a video where the guy heated it up with one of those, I believe it was a potpourri heater. Put the stuff on it, and man, the bubbles just come up and turn crystal clear. So I think I'm going to get one of them heaters. So what I can see right now, I think that's probably good enough. Didn't have a whole lot left over. A little, but not a lot. Let me get this cleaned up. And if I had a silicone, the silicone measuring cups, you let it dry, and then you can just peel this stuff right out of the silicone cups. So, but these here are so cheap that you just go ahead and throw them away. Okay, let me get the camera set back up. I'm not trying to instruct anybody on how to do this epoxy resin. I just thought of it myself. I thought, golly, I just wonder if that would be really neat to put on the end of the canes. And then as I was doing that, then I thought about the glow-in-the-dark powder, and this Tree Line has that. No affiliation, no promotion or anything. It's just that that's where I get most of my stuff for canes. So, well, this has to sit now for at least minimum 24 hours and up to 72 hours. Now the other end, that was done in I'd say probably 30 hours, and that was good and hard. I even have the rest of what I did there, because I did way too much on that one. But practice makes perfect, and I broke the cup out from around it, and have a chunk of red metallic sitting here. Don't know what I'm going to do with it. I just did it. Well, let you go. Stop babbling, and the next video I will show you how to put the cane actually together, how to screw it together, and all that. So we'll be back with you then. Alrighty? Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye. And remember, grab your cane, your hiking stick, your walking stick, whatever you use, and get out there, because nature is beautiful.